Hello students, welcome to Shubharanjan IAS. My name is Shubhanshu Jaiswal and I'll help you out in your daily current affairs practice. Now, let's see the questions. Question 1 today we have, consider the following statements with reference to the East Asia Summit. Now, the statement first is saying, it is a regional forum comprising 18 member states including India. Now, if you know about this particular forum, then yes, it has 18 members and India is part of this particular East Asia Summit. So the statement is correct. Now, second, it does not include any non-Asian. Now, forget the knowledge part. Just tell me out of the common sense. Not including any non-Asian country and that too in East Asian Summit. Fine. Can this be possible? Very less likely to be. So this statement is incorrect. Fine. Now the 18th East Asia Summit will be hosted by Indonesia. Yes, this statement is correct, and because of this summit which is going to be hosted by Indonesia, this particular East Asia Summit is in the news and I have put it here. Fine. So here two statements are correct. So second would be your right answer. Fine. Now, this East Asia Summit is actually ASEAN-led initiative. So, it's important to, remember what is there in ASEAN as well. So, ASEAN focuses on the regional cooperation of these nations. These nations are Southeast Asian nations, particularly Myanmar, Thailand, Cambodia, Singapore, Indonesia, Laos, Vietnam, Malaysia, Brunei and Philippines. Fine. Now see, India is not the part of ASEAN. However, India is the part of East Asia Summit, which is again the initiative of ASEAN only. Fine. You should be clear with this fact. Now, news we have discussed, membership we have discussed. So in ASEAN you have 10 ASEAN members. Just have a look. So you have 10 ASEAN members. Fine. Along with that 8 dialogue partners: Australia, China, India, Japan, New Zealand, Republic of Korea, Russia and US. So big nations are the part of this particular forum. Fine. This was established in 2005 and it is working on the principles of ASEAN only. Fine. Now let's go ahead. India is a member of, now this is one of the previous year questions. Okay, this question came in your prelims examination in the year 2015. Now see what kind of application of knowledge can you do here. They are asking you, India is a member of which among the following? Number 1, Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation. You don't know perhaps. Association of Southeast Asian Nations, basically ASEAN. So we discussed, is India part of ASEAN? No. So this is incorrect. So eliminate option 2. Here 2, here 2. Eliminate it. Fine. Next, East Asia Summit. We know India is part of this. So 3. India is a member of none of them. No. So here, this is the right answer. Fine. So even without knowing this, you could have dealt and you could have marked the correct answer. Fine. It's important to actually incorporate PYQs in your studies, because without PYQs your study will be directionless. Fine. Until or unless you don't know that what kind of questions can be asked in exam, you will not be able to prepare the things in a very crisp manner. Fine. You have to be very precise, because for knowledge, for studying social sciences, there is barely any limit. It's vast, it's endless. However, you being an aspirant, you being a serious aspirant, should put limit on your study, on your resources and everything. And for this, previous year questions and UPSC syllabus would be the best guide. Fine. Now, next question, consider the following statements with respect to stump-tailed macaw. So this is one of the macaw. It is a species of macaw native to South Asia and Southeast Asia. Well, yes, that's correct. you know Macau, many kind of various types of Macau are found in fact India as well. So yes, this statement is correct. It is primarily carnivorous. Carnivorous are the ones who feed on other animals. So do you think that Macau can, eat or they can feed on other animals? Very less likely to be. Fine. So this statement is incorrect. Now, under IUCN Red list, it falls into the category of critically endangered. Now, this is also not the case. So now what are they asking you? Which of the above statements is or not correct? Okay, so don't get excited. You might get trapped. Fine. So here you can see 2 and 3 are incorrect. Fine. Now let's go ahead. Firstly, just have a look. This is how this stump-tailed macaw appears. Stump-tailed means short tail. Fine. And it appears to be the normal monkey you see in the northern plains. However, you can, if you look carefully, you can see it is having dense fur, more brown fur. Fine. There's a difference in the physical features. Now, recently 8 stump-tailed macaw have been brought to Delhi Zoo from Jaiswal Zoological Park in Mizoram. We discussed that these are more prominently found in your southeast and southeastern Asia, and northeastern part of India is also in that region. So in India, this particular species is more visible in northeastern India, and from Mizoram recently 8 species have been transported to Delhi Zoo. Fine. Now this is also called bear macaw because of the reason I told you. They have very dense fur and very brown fur. Fine. Native to South Asia. Fine. In India they are found in northeast. They have pouches like, so all the macaws, in fact you might have seen, घर में आ जाते कई बार monkey, वो कुछ खाते हैं तो उनके मुंह में यहाँ पर अलग से वो collect होता रहता है. So they have that extra pouch in which they can store the food for some time. Okay. Now they are frugivorous. Frugivorous. What does it mean? Basically the species which primarily feed on fruits. हो सकता है इनका कोई व्रत वगैरह हो तो ये फ्रूट्स खाकर काम चला रहे हैं. ठीक है, चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. नाउ नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. विथ रेफरेंस टू द प्रधानमंत्री दक्षता और कुशलता संपन्न हितग्राही PM Daksh Yojana, consider the following statements. Now, number 1, it is centrally sponsored scheme. Now, if you know about this particular scheme, it is incorrect because PM Daksh Yojana is under central sector scheme. What is the difference? In central sector scheme, government is funding the entire scheme, whereas in the case of central sponsored scheme, state is also participating. States also contribute to the funding part. So this statement is incorrect. Second, its main objective is to enhance the competency level of target groups to make them employable both in self-employment and wage employment for their socio-economic development. Very big statement, but don't get worried. Rather see the big statement, but easier to solve. So yes, this is the correct objective. What is the purpose of this scheme? To enhance the eligibility, to make the people capable, especially our youth, so that they can avail both self-employment or the wage employment. Fine. And this would lead to their socio-economic development. Okay. This is very correct because India is a socialist country. Fine. Now, it functions under the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, MSME. Now, this statement is again problematic. It is incorrect because this particular scheme is under Ministry of Social Justice. So, third would be wrong. Now, the age criteria of scheme between 18 to 45 years. Now, if you have understood the age structure of our country, you know that the mostly youth is in this age bracket, and of course, this scheme is going to benefit the youth more. So this answer is correct. So here, how many of the above statements are correct? So 2 statements are correct. Fine. Now it is just having the things which we have mentioned. It is central sector scheme, fully funded by Government of India, central government. Fine. Launched during 2021. Aim is, we have discussed. Now we discussed that they are going to improve the situation of target groups. Now who are these target groups? So the target group, they are referring SCs, OBCs, EBCs, that is economically backward classes, DNTs, Safai Karamcharis, etc. Age criteria is this, and then they have income criteria as well. Fine. So for example, the OBC, a person belonging to OBC category, his or her family income must be less than 3 lakh. For EBCs must be 1 lakh. Fine. For SCs there is no limit on income of the family, and this particular scheme is under the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. Fine. Now since it is a central sector scheme, it is important for you to know this. Fine. Now let's go ahead. Now consider the following countries: Bulgaria, Romania, Russia, Hungary, Ukraine, Armenia and Moldova. How many of the above countries surround the Black Sea? So here Bulgaria, Romania, Russia, Hungary no, Ukraine, Armenia no. So here 4 would be the right answer. Don't worry, we'll understand through this through a map. Fine. So just have a look at Black Sea. Now as you can see, Black Sea is having Turkey, Russia, Georgia, and on this side Bulgaria, Romania and Ukraine. Fine. Another important thing about Black Sea, as you can see, Black Sea is connected to this Sea of Azov by this state. State, you understand, when a small part connects the 2 large water bodies. Fine. When a small water body connects the 2 large water bodies. So here this is the state of Kerch, and this is connecting the Sea of Azov to Black Sea. Fine. You can see Black Sea is further connected to this water body through this Sea of Marmara, through this Bosphorus. Fine. So this is about Black Sea is important. Fine. And in fact Mediterranean Sea as well. We'll discuss these in coming days as well. I am planning to do another series for important locations. Fine. From where UPSC has asked in the previous years. So that might be helpful for you. If you need it, please let us know in the comment section. Now, so Black Sea, recently Turkish president said that Russia would soon revive the Black Sea grain deal which was signed in this year, assured safe. See, these kind of information, no need to just ratify it. You just need to know that Black Sea, the region of Black Sea was in the news. That is sufficient to know. Fine. So all these things, important rivers draining into this are river Danube. Fine. Connected to Sea of Azov by Strait of Kerch. So these kind of question UPSC asks more. Fine. So that is all for today. I hope these concepts are helping you very much. And just in case, in newspaper reading, because I have said this earlier as well, you cannot replace newspaper reading by any other source. So make sure that you are reading newspaper. If you are having any problem, just mention it on the comment section. We'll definitely help you there. Okay. Thank you for watching this video. Have a good day.